coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Thanks for coming to the classroom. Today I'm looking at the third part of the 9-part series in the Engage Math initiative put up by the Peel District School Board. Today's topic, basic facts and operational skills. So in the Engage Math document, they define basic facts as follows. It says the guides to effective instruction in mathematics define basic facts as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division using numbers from 0 to 9. Basic fact fluency is referred to as an automaticity. Automaticity is the relatively effortless recall of facts and provides opportunities for students to engage more easily in the types of problem solving we expect of them. Automaticity is a consequence of brief, frequent, interactive, engaging activities that provide students with repeated exposure to math facts. So this level of automaticity that we're looking for in our students is, the kind of thing, which in the past we've done through just rote learning, just continuing drilling the students on facts. I mean, that's how I learned as a kid, or how I was supposed to have learned as a kid, but I didn't. And some kids just don't. Some kids will be able to do it that way, but some don't. So the way I learned, and the way I'm encouraging other teachers out there to consider as an option as well, is through the play of games. Through the play of games, you will get that repeated engaging activity that will keep the students involved in a mathematics activity and get those skills learned, but in a more motivating and fun way. And the document goes on to say that students' facility in using math facts is going to have a huge impact on their self-perception of themselves as being able to do the math and in their confidence in doing math. And when they're more capable and more confident, then they're going to be more likely to take chances and risks and just be overall better learners. Now, I think it's a fair point too to look at the difference between really learning your facts and memorizing your facts. Now, for this, I'll cite an example of something I've actually seen in my own life where I had a student in my class and the mother was very proud of her daughter and said, look at how she knows her facts. She says, what is 6 times 7? And the daughter replied, 42. And she says, what's 7 times 7? The daughter replied, 49. So no matter what multiplication fact the mother gave her, the daughter was able to instantly recall the fact. So I said to her daughter, because I knew that the daughter was having some difficulties with math, I said to her daughter, what is 7 plus 7? And she just kind of looked around blankly. I said, what is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6? And she didn't have any clue what I was talking about. So she was able to memorize certain facts, but she didn't really understand what those facts meant. She didn't know what it meant to multiply 6 times 7. She just knew that the proper response to that question was 42. So to memorize facts is one thing, but to understand the facts and to really develop that conceptual understanding of the relationship between the numbers is what we're going for here. That when you add 6 7 times, that is what 6 times 7 is, adding it 7 times. And so having the students build this knowledge through the mathematics that they're doing in whatever activities it is, board games, then they are developing a deeper understanding than they would just by straight rote memorization, where they know what the correct answer is, but maybe don't know why it's the correct answer. So, how do we do this then? Well, in any way that you're doing your math program where you're trying to improve the basic facts and operational skills, you're going to be doing something which is going to be trying to reduce the stress, trying to reduce the anxiety in the students. So doing things which are time tests, doing things which are pages and pages of worksheets is definitely not the way to be teaching some of these students, because it's just going to increase their anxiety, it's going to lower their confidence, and it's just going to make the whole process more difficult for them to learn and more frustrating for you. So what you need to do then is look for ways to create a low stress, low anxiety thing, and this is again where games are excellent. By playing some of the games, then you are able to engage them in an activity which is rich with mathematics, but they don't really notice it. It's kind of like sneaking vegetables into a meal without them knowing. You're giving them the math, you're giving them the good stuff, but they think that that's all dessert. But one thing to remember is when considering games, or if you're gamifying anything in a lesson, do not include games that have elimination. If you're eliminating students from the game, then they're going to be the ones who are poorer at math are the ones who need it more, and they're going to be the ones eliminated first. So it's kind of counterproductive to what you're actually trying to do. Not only that, but the students are going to, again, once they're eliminated early, or heaven forbid first, somebody has to be the first one eliminated, but then they're going to feel really bad that they were the first one out, and then that just makes their confidence go down even more. So in looking at operational skills, so what is the difference between basic facts and operational skills? Well, the Engage Math document defines it as follows. A student possessing operational skills in mathematics is able to competently perform basic operations with all types of numbers appropriate to their own development, as well as within a variety of algorithms. So in case you're not fluent in teacher speak, what that's saying is that the students who, operational skills means that the student is able to do their basic facts. So like we said, the basic fact, so doing the adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing with numbers from 0 to 9. But to do it to numbers appropriate to their own development. So we're not going to expect, grade 1 students to be multiplying 9 times 9. So within their own development, but also within a variety of algorithms. Now an algorithm is just a series of steps that you take to achieve a task. So if I wanted to add 3 numbers together, I'll say this, like I'm adding 4 plus 4 plus 4, I could, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 more is 12, I could do that, or I could multiply. Both are different algorithms achieving the same result. It's just which one is more comfortable, appropriate for me, and which one am I comfortable to do. And when students are able to maybe even, they could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's all these different ways that they could do that. And when they start with the easiest one, with the counting, then you can maybe move them on to the addition and eventually onto the multiplication. So it's just looking for those opportunities to move them forward, again, based on what is their level of development and their capabilities. So as students continue to play games and do things that are math involved, and I have about on my sides here, and all the games I have out are involve math in some ways, and so the students can be learning math in many different ways through many different games, and these are just like a few, like just a small fraction, a tiny fraction of the games out there that have math content in them that are out there and available and that could be appropriate for a classroom or for a home. But I want to highlight a few here which are particularly good for some different age groups. So for the younger groups, these are ones that I've shown on the channel already. So Tiny Polka Dot is phenomenal. 5 by 5 by 10, 10 by 10 by 5 centimeters. And in this game in this box is 16 games, and teaching a whole wide variety of skills. And I have a blog. If you go to my Tiny Polka Dot video, I have a blog there which has a spreadsheet which has like all the skills listed for the games that I could figure out, and it's just astounding. Fantastic game, tons of math in here, and the kids really have a good time with it. And another one that I have on my channel is Sleeping Queens. Sleeping Queens is it's a fantastic game for just teaching some of your basic arithmetic facts. For the junior grades, here's my well-loved box of Formula D. Just recently did a video on this one. This one is it's so fun and exciting that the kids sometimes forget the math that's in there. And I insist when we play it that they do the math. We use the numbers. They want to sometimes count, but I really encourage the addition, subtraction, and things to plan out their moves and such, and to keep the game moving along at a quicker pace. So tons of fun. Great game, and it's really good for teaching some of those math facts. And then by the same company as Tiny Polka Dot, which is Math for Love, this is Prime Climb, and Prime Climb is, again, just phenomenal. It's a great game for teaching math facts, and while it is a roll and move game, it's a roll and move game where you can add, subtract, multiply, or divide where you are on the board to move around, and it really, really impressed me on how great this game was and how much the kids love playing it too, because the whole thing is just so math heavy, but the kids still love it. And it's so good for teaching those skills because the kids do enjoy playing it. And that's the key thing. They love playing the game, even though all it's doing is teaching them math facts. And they're well aware of that one. This one's not even trying to hide the fact that it's like pure vegetables here. But this one the kids love, and I love it for that reason. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you have any questions about the Engage Math series, or if you have any games you might like to suggest as ones that you have found are great for your classroom or home that involve numeration and basic facts and operational skills, please leave me a message in the comment section below. If you have any other questions or maybe things you might like to suggest for this channel, again, leave me a message in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Craig Thompson-Wood, the board game teacher, saying thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back to school with me? We could have done it